60-second adventures in religion. Number 1. Religion as social control. Karl Marx was a German philosopher, economist, and the least funny of the Marxes. In the snappily titled Contribution to the Critique of Hegel's Philosophy of Right, he famously called religion the opium of the people, in that religion was not only used by those in power to oppress the workers, but it also made them feel better about being oppressed when they couldn't afford real opium. He thought that if the comfort blanket of religion was taken away, at last the workers would have to do something about their terrible condition. In Marx's dream of a communist revolution, religion would be abolished and the workers would be so happy being equal, they simply wouldn't need it anymore. But unfortunately for Marx, the revolution in Russia came after he had died and gone to wherever it is that atheists go. And by then, Stalin and his gang had proved there were lots of other ways to oppress people which didn't have any of the fun bits of religion, or indeed opium. 60-second adventures in religion. Number 2. Religion as ritual. Isidore Auguste Marie-François Xavier Comte was a French philosopher and one of the founders of sociology who preferred to be known as Auguste. He believed that society went through 3 stages. First, that primitive people thought things they didn't understand were down to some sort of supernatural power. Next, they developed these basic ideas into the concept of an abstract God. And finally, they would cast aside religion and take up positivism, only believing in things that can be observed and proved. But he worried that the ritual of religion had become such an important part of society that removing it might cause chaos. So to fill the gap, he tried to establish a religion of humanity that would focus on charity, order and science, and maybe he'd throw in a jumble sale or two. Other thinkers have followed along similar lines, including John Stuart Mill, Alain de Botton, and those hilarious people who put Jedi on the census form. Unfortunately for them, a secular religion never really took off. But society has managed to fill the ritual-shaped gap in lots of different ways. 60-second adventures in religion. Number 3. Religion as a mother. Why do so many people picture God as a man? J.J. Bachofen was a Swiss professor of Roman law who was probably a bit of a mummy's boy. He thought that religion was part of a process that began in the days before monogamy, when the only parent anyone could be absolutely certain of was their mother. So when people tried to make sense of the mysteries of nature, it was only natural to attribute them to a motherly character, hence a widespread prehistoric religion based around motherhood. But then men started to take more of a part in the family unit, hogging the remote control and indeed global control, so the idea of a nurturing goddess was soon replaced with a male god. Logical though this sounds, there's no proof there ever was a widespread matriarchal religion, so either Bachofen was wrong or those female gods were really good at cleaning up after themselves. But his ideas have inspired others, including scientist James Lovelock with his Gaia hypothesis that suggested you can better understand the whole biosphere of the Earth by seeing it as a single entity in a metaphorical female form. But as for those ancient goddesses, well, mum's the word. 60-second adventures in religion. Number 4. Religion as a virus. Richard Dawkins is an atheist, evolutionary biologist, and probably not someone you should ask to be a godfather. He said that religion and science can't sit side by side because belief in God doesn't stand up to scientific scrutiny. But religion is still so popular because it's like a virus with an innate desire to spread itself and its various symptoms, like believing in things without any scientific evidence and judging people with different beliefs. Like a successful gene, this cultural phenomenon, or meme, has features that made it likely to be passed on, like being adopted by music and art, or threatening that non-believers will be put to death. Dawkins's ideas have been pretty successful at spreading themselves. Nowadays, he's more widely known for his views on atheism than his work on evolution. Although for book sales, he's got a long way to go to catch up on religion. Maybe he should try some viral marketing.